Welcome to my block, blood splat dreams, dealers and dope fiends, chasing that cream. Step out that drop, caught up in the scene. Heavy on these streets, L to the E. Welcome to my block, blood splat dreams, dealers and dope fiends, chasing that cream. Step out that drop, caught up in the scene. Heavy on these streets, L to the E. Hop in the drop, eager to roll cream. Sweet body shorts, candy cane for the dope fiends. Rockin' your spleen, tip low with the fucking beam. And hit the canvas, my nigga, gotta move with this team. Your body is lean, ribs showing, suckers not eating, but you keep them on your lips, now your partner's leaking. Got your mama at the closet door looking stressed. Puffin' best, pour some liquor heavy on the west. Clowns can't contest, no competition. Snatch up your cash, sneaky cops out fishing. Clowns better understand, player, this is business, ain't nothing personal. Welcome to my block, blood splat dreams, dealers and
FirstFamRadio.com. FirstFamRadio.com.
What up, world? This is Grammy music producer Ryan Ghost Bowser rocking it out with First Fam West Radio and your man's Mr. Illustrator. And on the ones and twos, we got Crazy D. Spin that, man.
keep the tools in the box. The haters wanna stop it. Mom's on like cocaine. I'm a fly human being. Money is the reason. No, it ain't about those games. Keep the tools in the box. The haters wanna stop it. Mom's on like cocaine. Pure white, Peruvian, take flight, ride the wind, long nights, getting it in. Is this the life of a hooligan? Ninjas on the street, they trying to avoid the chalk. Talk it out, maybe after let the haters spark. Gunshots, bury victims in the dirt quick. Circle of death, calling it the work shift. Mind blown, mind gone. Just took a life he don't care about his own. But this is what the youth taught, turned up. Mommy offered those pills, plus she coked up. Out to celebrate, told it's the last days. Racing, chase away the pain, love is lame. Ain't no shame, she peeling off her lace and things.
FirstFamRadio.com. FirstFamRadio.com.
Dog production, take one.
Another Mike D exclusive.
Hey, this little motherfucking Larry nigga. Alright, look, hey, I ain't no killer, but don't push me. Shit, I ain't no killer, you just pussy, you rookie. Ask for forgiveness, I put innocence in straight danger. Looked in the mirror, when I do, I see straight anger. Shit, I hate myself. Feel like a straight hater, hate these scores I was dealt, but I'm gon' be greater. Seems like I bounce back every time, but I keep falling, keep crawling. In the meantime, niggas keep talking, can't control it. Ooh, I got it on me, you better know it, epic moments. I'm finna make it, bro, I'm hella focused. Gotta stop playing with this gift that God's given me. I can change the world, God, thanks for these abilities. Look how I move, see God bless me with agility. It's about patience, then it's about consistency. Niggas hating, I bet you feel the hostility. I know somebody in this motherfucker feeling me, keep it real. Hey, hey, keep it real, I'm gon' keep it real with you. They can't see brothers do good, so keep it still with you.
You already know. Did you already get this? You already know. I already told you. All is well,
This
my
is
nigga.
Grammy music producer Ryan Ghost Bowser rocking it out with First Fam West Radio and your man's Mr. Illustrator.
Not
And on the
breaking,
ones
stay
and twos, we
dangerous.
got
Wanna be
Crazy D.
loved, nigga, not famous. I hate it. Tryna stop smoking, but it's my favorite. Niggas unloyal when these women, they be money hungry. Stab you in your back over drugs, you a fucking junkie. It's funny, I wouldn't switch for no amount of money. They love me, cause I'm the realest from Monday to Sunday. Niggas think cause they smoke with you, man, you won't. Nigga, this weed don't mean shit, and I'ma show us about intentions. See, I ain't never been big on forgiveness. I would speak on whoop-de-whoop, but I'm minding my business. I'm different, not in for clout and don't fake for attention. Write music, get high and talk to myself and intervention. Keep it real, keep it real. Hey, keep it real, I'm gon' keep it real with you. They hate seeing brothers do good, so keep it still with you. Hey, keep it real and we'll be reciprocated. If you can't keep it real, then we are not affiliated. Keep it real with me. Appreciate what you have, can't be mad. in his bag, God is so good. Praise to the Almighty, alrighty. They shot him on Thursday, he died Friday. See, little love it on you, nigga, I got not forgot, no more loving. I think that said a lot, it got me hot. Get into it with love, more than the ops, I gotta stop. Shit, tired of posting up on this block. I'm too young to be stressing, fuck the gift for a present. You gotta know your worth, nigga, my gift is my presence. Ain't you happy I'm present? Nah, you rather neglect it. Without any love, I'm in the streets, just making records. I'm just I keep it real, I'm gon' keep it real with you. They hate seeing brothers do good, so keep it still with you. Look, I keep it real, it will be reciprocated. If you can keep it real, I'm not affiliated. Keep it real with me.
Little Larry in the building, man. Shout out to the comfort, man. The whole West Side.
Yeah.
Oh shit, the homie in the building. Homie pushing in the building, bro.
I just got some pounds and I got some yay. Real niggas around, you look out of place. Go to real right now.
Just got some pounds and some got some yay.
I just stay on and stay out the way. I just got some pounds and I got some yay. Real niggas around, you look out of place. Go to real right now and that's just on the face. Sell it all right now, it all be gone today. Good customer service, we don't make them wait. We constantly serving big and
Yo, remember those nights in the studio?
Constantly serving big and play. Hey, but I just stay down and stay out the way. I just got some pounds and I got some yay. Hey, real niggas around, you
Waiting
look
on
out
the
of place.
engineer to get it right.
Quarter bit right now, and that just on the face. Hey, sell it all right now, it all be gone today. Hey, good customer service, we don't make them wait. Hey, we constantly serving big and hammer play. Hey, we constantly serving big and hammer play. I come from the bottom, I say with a drink. Got a crystal on the car, he just wanna bang. Hey, I just want the paper, I don't wanna hang. Hey, that boy that made the world, now he's out to pay. I just met your girl, she left with a stranger. Hey, soon we shot it up, she knew I was gangster. Hey, I don't take no threats or no ultimatums. Hey, if you talking shop, you talking my language. Cop sip, hit half liter of the raw. Big earner, but I used to be an underdog. Don't keep 100, that's why I don't fuck with y'all. You come try to strike, you gon' get a gutter ball. Losing all my fucking life, I can't take another loss. Grinding all winter, and I don't take the summer off. Putting that's to make a half brick, do a somersault. He's special, he just fuck around and run 100 up, add it up. I'm a real nigga, just to sum it up. You can't be with me, little homie, you ain't done enough. Hey, Joey, can you throw me something? No, not at all. But if you cop folk, I might take 100 off. Sold his ass headbang and get some Tylenol. You get pulled when you leave here, and I am not involved. Put the bands around my neck to make it freeze up. If my grandma was here to see me, she say Jesus. She was busy see me with that money and she freed up. Miss me with that little boy Larry shit, I ain't no peon. Plug on the way, damn it took him an eon. For a phone the price, I need something we can agree on. Pull a brick in the cripple crossface, fuck it up. Tryna cook it, nigga, that's the old base. You push it always, hitting plays are always. Giving out quarters like a motherfucking arcade. Listen to your pockets, nigga, fuck what your heart say. Yeah, I keep that fire on my fucking dark days. Me and my pistol will never part ways. Me and my pistol will never part ways. I just stay down and stay out the way. I just got some pounds and I got some yay. Real niggas around, you look out of place. Quarter brick right now and that's just on the face. Sell it all right now, it all be gone today. Good customer service, we don't make them wait. We constantly serving big and hammer play. We constantly serving big and hammer play.
Hey, what up? I hope everybody in good mood, good spirits, man. With my brother Push in the building, man. Let's turn this up, y'all.
She's out.
Yeah, it's Monday, man. I know we hate Mondays. I can't stand Mondays, but we here. made it through. It's that spill. Y'all know what it do. I try to keep y'all up, up on what's popping. What happened the week before or whatever. Or what's in the news, what's in the drama with hip hop. And so I was going through some shit earlier, and I was just checking it all out, and I was just looking at all this whole Big U, Rollin 60 whole situation, R.I.C.O, and it's looking like a reality show / movie. Everybody got all types of stories. Everybody doing this, doing that. You got everything that's in the movie, action-packed movie. You got suspense, drama, murder, or unalivings, extortion, shakedowns, sounding like mob hits. I mean, this is a like modern day Soprano type thing going on. So we asked the question. We're gonna play some of these clips, and y'all can get in the comments. Let us know. We do our we do our commentary over here. Don't get your panties in a bunch. We make fun of you is because the content is on the YouTube. So yeah, this is brought to y'all by Fast Eddie 420. Got a new location, man. If y'all in the Inland Empire area, man, y'all need to pull up, man. That's at 272 South Patterson Way. Go fuck with it, man. Let them know your boy Ill sent you. He gonna hook you up with a free goodie bag. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's some shit up in there. You can get you some tree. You can get you some probably some papers. Get you some bone. You gonna get a little hitter, all that little shit. You know what I'm saying? But you gonna ain't bad. But we got we're gonna start off with this Brick calls from the feds, homie. Calls from the feds, and he kind of in his like ill cryptic message that he sends. Let's get to it, man. Is he nervous? Does he seem like he feeling like shit, it's all over for him or whatnot? I don't know, but y'all let me know what y'all think. One thing he not doing what Loose Cannon doing is talking about the case and shit. So, salute to that guy for that. Yeah, let's get to it. I mean, they telling you Brick. I'm hearing that maybe Brick may be working. I don't know. It just looking kind of crazy in his paperwork. Maybe pull that up, but let's get to this.
The top of the clock, I don't know what time it is, man, but when y'all get to this, make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe, man. Don't be late. We recording live from NDC, man. They gotta be downtown. I'm so close to home, but so far away, man. Like to these cages, but it ain't nothing. It's the Brick, not the trick. Can't ban the phone for nothing, man. I just want to let niggas know that no good deed go unpunished. I've seen a man give it all to his wife and his kids before and still get treated like a woman. I've seen a young boy do it up for his hood, and they still crash him like a dummy. Shit, Scottie Pippen ain't Jordan and 6 made less than Tony Coco. What I'm saying is, if it ain't blood, don't love nothing.
This call is from a federal prison.
And you get blocked off like that, man. You understand me? This shit is wicked, man. Hey, I'm terrified of the genocide, but that ain't really what's going on, man.
Terrified of the
genocide. If it ain't
genocide.
blood, don't love nothing, man. These streets gonna eat you up and shit you out. They got the cost of nothing. You'll never be able to understand, or better yet, digest the mind game being played if you ignore that feeling in your stomach. Listen, they say it was too much scrimmage on that marathon he was running. Yeah, they went against a soldier for a rodent that touched a young woman. That's when he knew that he didn't have nothing coming, man. Hey, man, listen, I just want to let y'all know, man, them streets is the federal 50-50 yard, man. You ain't got to have nothing. You ain't even got to have a bunch. They gonna lock
Total
you down,
G
man.
code.
Right.
That nigga spoken total G code. Sad I knew what he said.
Right. What's up, Sheriff, man? Sheriff in the building, man. Salute the Sheriff, man. But he gotta stick it out, man.
That nigga said the streets is federal 50-50. Somebody snitching in the streets.
Yeah. You hear what he said on the he said a nigga gave it up for a rodent. a soldier for a rodent who touched on a young girl. That sounds kind of crazy.
Hey, so who's the person that got in trouble for touching a young girl? Because that person told on everyone to save himself.
Yeah.
He kind of told it without. You just need to put them little names together.
Yeah.
Nigga said, I'm terrified of the genocide.
Terrified of the genocide, man. For real. Break. Come
Niggas
on,
is wiping niggas out, snitching.
hey, I asked this question for all this stuff. They saying Big U is this crime boss. That's the way they putting it. They putting it like he's a modern day soprano, and he out here, putting out hits or whatever. The work, the paperwork, the audio, the phone records or whatever is real nasty work. It do come off like my nigga was not fucking around. He was snatching up collars and putting it down. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not a lawyer. I just know from what I've seen in the paperwork, my boy gonna need it. He gonna need something like a Johnny Cochran. And I'm looking at it's gonna be some niggas telling. If they already telling, but snitching. You got quick to tell Dale. That's one of the guys from the robbery. Talking with Loose and them. There's a few other things, man.
That ain't really what's going on, man. What I'm saying is, if it ain't blood, then don't love nothing, man. These streets gonna eat you up and shit you out, nigga, at the cost of nothing. You'll never be able to understand, or better yet, digest the mind game being played if you ignore that feeling in your stomach. Listen, they say it was too much cribbing on that marathon he was running. Yeah, they went against a soldier for a rodent that touched a young woman. That's when he knew that he didn't have nothing coming, man. Hey, man, listen, I just want to let y'all know, man, them streets is a federal 50-50 yard, man. You ain't got to have nothing. You ain't even got to have a button, man. They gonna lock you down forever, man. You understand me? But no, listen, man. I'm terrified of black genocide, man. Just look at all the things they got down right now, man. Pay attention, man. They won't free Diddy with $1 billion, man. They won't free nobody out this motherfucker, man. Welcome on to Pooh Shiesty, man. You already know what's going on. Everybody that's down, man. Keep your head up, nigga. Chin up, chest out, nigga. You gonna stand on what you stand on regardless, man. It's live from the feds, man. Tell them to free the kid, man. You know what I'm saying? They turned down $1 million, nigga, over some bullshit. Look, man, but you already know what to do, man. We all in this together, man. Y'all free to break. Y'all come support, buy the merch. Y'all go up to off a lot of costs, sir. We gonna have a mask up there. And you see that heart right there with the dollar sign, man. Y'all hit that button, man. Donations, whatever. You guys said they left the kids out there with nothing. It's so crazy. Hey, man, we ain't even finna go into it, but it's brick, not the trick. Don't be late, man. You know what I'm saying? The motherfucker out here, I was outside gambling every day, man. I ain't want nothing but fun for my life, man. You know what I'm saying? They make a nigga look like a demon off of entertainment, man. What happened to the freedom of speech? What happened to the amendments, man? What happened to the first hit amendments? I ain't gonna cry about it, though. He did. It's brick, not the trick, man. Y'all go run it up for a nigga, man. It's all we got, man. You did.
Go run it up, man. Y'all go get some of that free break merch. I got the picture right there on the thumbnail. I mean, shit, homie. It's the brick, not the trick, right?
Bro, you need to get a t-shirt.
I know, huh? I need to tap in.
You need to tap in.
Get a t-shirt. Let me see.
Free Big U t-shirt. You need to get one of them.
Get a free Big U t-shirt. For real. Speaking of that, man. Man, this shit right here is wild.
You know you want a free Sweetie.
Sweetie! Hey, you know what's funny? Rich Trapper is making a killing off of those Sweetie shirts. He got the Sweetie shirts. They got the color in it and everything. Look like them old school wrestling shirts that your mama get you at the swap meet. And then he got a Flacco shirt, pathetic Flacco shirt. He got one of those shirts. That is crazy. And I know they running off the shelf with that shit. Somebody making money off these cool kooks. You know what I'm saying? So we got Brick Baby's paperwork. Said Brick Baby paperwork just got exposed. KB goes live. Y'all go check him out. Let's get to it.
We've got some more paperwork to go over today. Y'all know how I do it over here on this channel. I read the paperwork so you guys don't have to. However, if you're interested in just reading this paperwork yourself, I have left a link to it in the description where you can read the whole thing or download it. I've seen some people posting this stuff online where they were just reading it. Nobody ever gives a link to the paperwork. So I put the link down in the description below in case y'all want to read it yourself. But for those of y'all who click this because you don't want to read it, let's go ahead and jump into this paperwork. So Brick Baby's paperwork got released yesterday on Pacer. And basically what this is a memorandum in opposition to request for review the reconsideration of order setting conditions of release detention. Basically, Brick Baby filed some paperwork saying that he wanted to be let out on bond. They filed this basically saying no, and they lay out everything that they have against Brick Baby in this paperwork. So right here, we've got the cover page. You can see that they got Brick Baby listed here with all of his different nicknames. They got the table of contents here, which is everything that is going to be inside of this document, right? And there are quite a few things to go over. So skipping past the table of contents, we get here to this introduction. It says defendant Zahir Mitchell asked this court to be released pending trial, arguing that a secure property bond is sufficient to reasonably assure his appearance and the safety of any other person or the community. To the contrary, defendant's criminal history shows a dedication to crime and recidivism, no matter what the consequences. Moreover, his conduct during the investigation in this case shows the same dedication to a life of crime and inability to comply with the rule of law. The indictment first alleges that defendant, when shooting at individuals, possessed ammunition expelled from a firearm on July 12, 2022. Then, on June 21st, 2023, defendant was captured on an intercepted call arguing with his significant other, in which she repeatedly recounted that defendant had pointed a gun at her while she was holding his infant child. Execution of a search warrant at the defendant's home followed, and 3 firearms, including an AK-47 style gun and over 125 rounds of ammunition, were found.
Damn, nigga, who you going to war with? That nigga was ready for Iraq or some shit. He was ready to go over there to Gaza Strip or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
After law enforcement seized those weapons and arrested the defendant, he continued undeterred. In March of 2024, defendant erupted at his place of employment, threatening individuals in the room and online with death, fighting security, and later admitting to possessing a firearm during that incident. Throughout 2024, defendant made claims online of murdering people and threatening to do the same to others. Then on March 18, 2025, the day before his arrest in this case, defendant went on a live video podcast with someone who he had previously threatened to kill. During the podcast, sitting across from that person, defendant brandished a firearm in his waistband. When defendant was arrested the following day, an unsecured firearm with multiple magazines of live ammunition matching that seen in the defendant's waistband on the podcast were found where defendant was staying with his young child. Wow, so that was a crazy paragraph right there. Pretty much they're saying that they had a wiretap of Brick Baby threatening to kill his baby mama. They're saying that Brick Baby went on no jumper and threatened to kill a bunch of people. And y'all may remember this is something that
That's when he crashed out. Hey, so they've been listening ever since way back then, man.
You know, it's crazy though, bro. But they just got this nigga with threats, and they got him with guns and bullets. You know, and his previous shit that don't allow him to have weapons.
Right.
But his shit ain't big U shit.
Nah.
His shit ain't like everybody else's shit, bro. I mean, that's typical nigga shit right there, what he got caught up on. Yep. I mean, I'm being real with you, bro. Like, he the only one that sits in a position where there's nothing really to snitch on. It's just your actions.
Yeah, I don't think he gonna tell. I think it's a part in the paperwork where it sounds like that he said he's tired of doing what they want him to do, but that could be looked at another way. That could be looked at.
I mean, it's still gonna have to show in some type of paperwork. Other than that, you know, that nigga going down off his own movement.
That's a fact. Yes, man.
You know, but everybody else, somebody's singing. I done kind of eliminated him a little bit, you know.
Yeah. I don't think Brick is snitching. That's just what they saying. It says
this situation it doesn't cause for it. That nigga just has to serve his time. He got caught with guns, nigga. Like, yeah, what you gonna snitch for? And you had what you had.
Well, I think too, they got one situation where he was allegedly shaken down by a Big U. He had did a robbery, and he had agreed, or he had gave some proceeds to Big U. Big U was counting it out, said this is only $2,000. They were saying that it was supposed to be more. So they trying to say, well, you know, you've been out here doing these licks, and then you've been coming back to the boss that they look at as the boss and giving him his share or whatever.
Yeah, but that's all alleged.
Yeah, right.
You ain't got no money or anything.
Right,
that shit ain't gonna stick. That's why I said the bullets, the guns, and his own mouthpiece towards the girl. That's his madness.
Right.
That I covered on my channel. This is when he went on No Jumper and had his infamous crash out and threatened to put a kill squad in the street if people kept playing with his name. Right, I'll go ahead and play that clip for y'all right now. It's not that long, just to add context.
You niggas underlying conditions, nigga, on West Side Road to say that, nigga. On the dead homies, because y'all know what it is, nigga. Right, and a nigga, boy, big reason I ain't come outside, kill one of you niggas, that's because I was in front of these white niggas. Dead homies, nigga. And the homie would have crashed, nigga. On 60'S, give a fuck about none of that, nigga. Shout out Devil Donut, nigga, my real 40s, cuz. These niggas 68ers though, nigga. On 60', and this my homeboy, nigga. On the hood. And whatever me and my homeboy gotta go through, nigga, to clear what we gotta clear, nigga, on 60', he gonna always be my homeboy, nigga. It don't matter whatever it is, nigga. But the energy that, nigga, from now on, nigga, keep on running content on my name, nigga, I'm putting Kill Squad in the street.
Right, so they referenced that specific moment on No Jumper where Brick Baby was crashing out inside of this paperwork. Not only that, they mentioned that he got on the No Jumper podcast with somebody who he had quote unquote threatened to kill before in the past and brandished a firearm. And they're talking about this clip right here where Brick Baby, Loose Cannon, Adam 22 and Lush were all on No Jumper, and Brick Baby kind of did like a little stretch while him and Loose was kind of getting into it, and you can see the gun on his waistband. I think he did that so Loose could see that he was strapped, but apparently Loose ain't the only one that's
Hey, but check this out. They got lighters that look just like that. Did they actually see him pull out the burner, point it at anybody or what? I mean, we said, oh yeah, he got a gun in his waist,
If
but
he
they
ain't got no lawyer, bro. Ain't nobody gonna argue that shit. Got him a community motherfucking doctor, nigga. It's over.
I hope the Kill Squad soldier or general don't got that. I hope he ain't,
you know what I'm saying?
Public defender,
you know what I'm saying? Public doctor, nigga.
It's a wrap.
Apparently, the feds also were watching and seeing that. And this interview happened the day before Brick Baby was arrested.
They definitely dictated the stream.
The gummies did their thingy thing. That's a fact. Yeah. We had some good fun, good clean fun.
Are y'all noticing the patterns, like the bricks and all this shit look a little different and all that?
You really feel like that?
Yeah.
You said Compa was the one that
All right, so those are the two incidents that they referenced in that first paragraph. It continues, it says, all of the above conduct occurred after years of violent crimes, firearm possession, evading charges, and troubling conduct disseminated throughout the internet. Defendant's lengthy periods of incarceration and supervision have not deterred him from continuing to commit dangerous crimes. There is no reason to believe this arrest will be any different, and the safety of the public demands that the defendant remain detained. It's got statement of facts. It says, bullet point A, defendant is intercepted discussing criminal activities, including pointing a firearm at his partner and child. It says, in the first several months of 2023, defendant was intercepted on multiple court-authorized Title III wiretaps, both on his phone and his associates' phones. On multiple calls, defendant discussed criminal activity. Throughout March 2023, defendant discussed how the mother of one of his children accused him of pointing a gun at her, and defendant claimed that it was a lie. But on June 20th, 2023, a second person accused defendant of the same conduct. That day, defendant's significant other, KC, stated, "You pulled a gun out on me with your daughter. You pulled a gun out on me in front of your fucking daughter. You pointed a gun at me with your bitch ass." Defendant responded, "I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck ever since I've been with you." Wow, Brick Baby is a real piece of shit. It says the following day, defendant argued with Casey again about her picking up her daughter, ordering her to take a fucking baby outside, you stupid bitch. You sit in the house all day, you dumb asshole. Casey told defendant she could not walk her dry because defendant uffed up her leg, and then he was the one who hit on people. Defendant responded, "Man, on 60, shut the up, bitch. I just told you, you keep playing with me, you just want to see it." Defendant told Casey to leave and said they were done. On the same day, Casey again stated, "It's so uffed up that you can't even apologize for the things you do. You've never apologized for treating me bad. Pulling a gun out on me like this is cool for you, but you want me to go do stuff for you? You talking about you don't want me, shit you got going on, but you gonna pull a gun out on me and my child though, right?" Defendant responded on 60, "Yeah, you don't get it. I don't give a uff. I don't. On 60 Crip." And remember, this is all on wiretap phone call recordings. This is how he's talking to his baby mama. It's got bullet point B. It says firearms and ammunitions are recovered recovered from defendant's home. It said, following the above mentioned calls, law enforcement obtained search warrants for the defendant's home, car, and person. Inside his home, law enforcement found the 3 firearms and ammunition listed in count 2 of the indictment. They found a .380 caliber pistol, a 9mm caliber pistol, and a 5.56 45 caliber assault rifle style firearm with over 125 rounds of ammunition. Defendant tried to drop some of the firearms and ammunition from his balcony into the courtyard of his apartment complex, just as he had previously stated that he would do on another intercepted call. It's got bullet point C. It says defendant is recorded on intercepted calls, making other admissions. Throughout the remaining period of the wiretaps, defendant made countless assertions or threats pertaining to violent conduct and weapon possession. For example, on February 20, 2023, defendant stated that he did not respect the elders in the gang and would pop anyone that was on 6-0. On March 6, 2023, defendant was on a phone call with his mother and found the mother of his child outside of his house. He told his mom that the mother of his child was in gangland and wanted to expire early. Defendant asked the mother of his child if she wanted to die in front of her son on 6-0, as defendant's mother screamed at him to stop because he may be being recorded. Damn, even his mama knew he was on wiretap. On March.
You hear that? His own mama told that nigga to shh.
He's on 6-0. He don't give a care. Crashed out, nigga. That's why I said, my nigga, he dealing with his own little personal anger issues and that's why he in that situation. I don't think anything else gonna stick on that nigga.
That's crazy. He said mother screamed.
And only because I'm saying, you would hear them saying, yeah, we got conversation of him talking to Big U over some big stuff. And I mean, like, the nigga, I'm waiting to snitch at Sweetie, because Sweetie says some sweet stuff.
Yo, he definitely gonna be screaming Sweetie up.
He's the one, bro.
Yeah, he's a rat. That's crazy. He told the whole shit. It's like he did the crimes, came to No Jumper, and told everybody he did the crimes and who was all there and every conversation that took place. He mixed the lies in with the truth, with some of the truth, and then boom, you know. And the feds, they just recording. They just recording this shit. He outburst when Eddie came to his court hearing, his bail hearing.
Child if she wanted to die in front of her son on 6-0, as defendant's mother screamed at him to stop because he may be being recorded. Damn, even his mama knew he was on wiretap. On March 6, 2023, defendant told KC that the police were acting stupid and that he was tired of doing what they told him to and that he was ready to shoot the mother of his child. Later that day.
That's the part right there. It's the police is doing stupid shit. It says defendant told KC that the police were acting stupid, that he was tired of doing what they told him to do, and that he was ready to shoot the mother of his child. That's crazy. That's the part that people are saying that why he's saying that if he didn't know that he was being surveilled or wired, or just seems weird.
On 6-0, as defendant's mother screamed at him to stop because he may be being recorded. Damn, even his mama knew he was on wiretap. On March 6, 2023, defendant told KC that the police were acting stupid and that he was tired of doing what they told him to and that he was ready to shoot the mother of his child. Later that day, defendant told another unidentified male that he can kill the mother of his child, and he put that on 6-0. There's some interesting wording right there. It says that Brick Baby told his baby mama, KC, that the police were acting stupid and that he was tired of doing what they told him to do. I don't know what that means, man, but that kind of sounds like somebody might be working. Anyways, it goes on.
Boom, we're gonna stop it there because I felt the same way, and there's a few people feeling that way on this YouTube. But like the homie said, what would he snitch on? You know, I mean, he could tell on whatever because he's part of the organization at the end of the day. But I don't know, maybe Brick felt or know that, yeah, the walls were closing in and he just didn't really give a fuck. He just, you know, all these are just weapons and ammunition. It ain't no, I don't see nothing where he actually tried to walk somebody down or whatnot, you know what I'm saying? And let's just. Do you think his girl gonna go in there and testify against him? So yeah, let's get to this. The man of the hour.
You come up here with 30 niggas and none of them were 60s, nigga.
Remember when Loose Cannon called in to No Jumper and Brick was there? Brick said Loose Cannon came up to No Jumper with like 20 dudes.
Shout out to Burbank Studios, Burbank TV Reactions, man. Make sure y'all go over there, subscribe to the channel, man.
And what? None of them 60. He's talking about the parking lot incident. He said, "What? None of the members are dudes from members of the 60s." I was wondering, okay, then who is it? If they weren't rolling 60s, who were these 20 dudes with them, right? Well, 504 Street Stories answered that question. We're going to get into a video by him today.
I bit a mark.
And we're going to be discussing if Loose Cannon could be looking at a second R.I.C.O charge.
Self-proclaimed boogeyman, Tremaine Ashley Williams, has dug a hole deeper for himself that he could ever imagine. The mere fact that this idiot believed that he could tell the feds he was just plain an online character is baffling to me. Now, had none of the crimes that he spoke on actually never happened, he may have had a case. Unfortunately, this is not true, as the portion of the indictment that mentions the fake Loose Cannon outlines the robbery and extortion of Dale Morrison, as well as the incident that took place at No Jumper.
There you go. That's the number one witness, Rat. That's the boy who touched on the girls.
Way of his IBM team. Fake Loose Cannon has to be an absolute idiot, calling into No Jumper. NBC lost.
And that's it right there. So apparently Loose Cannon is the quote unquote leader of an entirely different gang called IBM. And as you can see, they completely ripped. See, when I first seen this picture, I thought they were talking about IBM, the computer. And I was wondering, why is he wearing an IBM hoodie like he's a computer nerd or something? But now I see it's some kind of gang that stands for integrity before money.
This is the aircraft carrier shelter you seized previously owned by a small faction of about 8.
It's funny. It's just funny because one of the biggest liars on the internet is the so-called leader of a gang whose name is Integrity, who starts with integrity. Bruh, you can't make this shit up.
Los Angeles spewing some of the stupidest shit I have ever heard.
Loose, what's cracking, bro?
Loose Cannon!
What's up with it, King? How you doing?
Not much, man. We tapped in right now. We got the Viral Way on here. We got Lush, and we got the one and only Munchie B. Andre.
What up? What up with everybody?
Chilling, man. Yeah, we were just having conversations, and we were kind of, I mean, I guess the first question is just how are you doing in there? What's your state of mind as you're locked up?
Nah, the state of mind is good because at the end of the day, it's like, let this truth be known. Like, I don't put the niggas. You know what I'm saying? So everything else is false.
Okay. Do you what's your media strategy in terms of talking on podcasts, doing live streams, etc., while you're in federal custody?
Adam asking this box of rocks, but his media strategy is equivalent to asking a blind man for directions to the nearest convenience store. Bob James, who has a snitch jacket over his head himself,
called him a box of rocks.
Wow, during an interview with Black TV, state that he wasn't surprised at all that Loose Cannon was indicted.
When these charges came down, were you surprised?
Yeah. Well, not really surprised because I heard Whack them, Loose Cannon. I heard all of them dudes' conversation. And the way they were talking, I knew something was bound to happen. it seemed like they played it all the way up until that point. And they was just talking too loosely for me.
The fake loose cannon is oblivious to the fact that when he receives his time for this particular RICO, that he will be enhanced. What that means is he will receive additional time. It's a known fact that the feds work off a point system. The more points, the more time.
For many years, the state of California has recognized that criminal activity among gangs is extremely serious. And because of that, legislature has passed laws to enhance your sentence if you are a gang member and you are convicted of a crime. People often ask us, how does the prosecution prove I was in a gang? And believe it or not, in California, it's extremely easy for the prosecution to prove that. All the district attorney has to prove is, number one, that you are doing something with at least two other people. Number two, you have a joint identity. That means your name, by tattoos, or something that identifies you as a group. Three, they have to prove that you are in that gang, in part, to commit criminal activity. And four, that in fact, you did carry out criminal activity. That's all they have to prove. Being accused of...
Well, hell, in this case, then, they don't have to prove anything. That proof is already online. Loose cannon wearing IBM shirts. You got the video of the no jumper incident, which in itself, that crime in itself is actual a federal offense. I'll explain that here in a little bit.
Crime in California, where there's a gang enhancement involved, is extremely serious.
The law as it relates to street gangs and enhancements is draconian in nature. The legislators have reserved particular harsh punishment if they believe and they can prove that you're a gang member. And that's a real critical issue. There's enhancements that add time to any sentence. It's a strike, which is one of the most serious types of felonies in California. It could have long-term effects even above and beyond that case.
So just in terms of the strike, though, under California 3 strikes law, what you're saying is that if there's any felony where the DA adds a gang enhancement and the person's convicted, that automatically converts it into a strike?
That's correct. The gang enhancement itself under 186.22 of the Penal Code is a potential strikeable offense also.
This nigga he already was a felon. Loose cannon may not, shit, he looking at a lot of time. He retarded. That nigga retarded. Yo, this is shout out to Burbank TV. Y'all go over here, run them numbers up, man. 504 Street Stories and Gangster News Network. Podcast, packouts, and robberies. The new IBM RICO indictment that will get Loose Cannon life in prison. Ooh, man. Hit him with an elbow. Oh, that's fucked up, right? This nigga don't... This is one of his, members.
Shout out my brother Loose Cannon. He the realest ever. I'm rocking with IBM for life. I love this shit.
This has gotten to the point where one of the IBM dudes decided to delete all his videos and photos off his Instagram page.
They got Loose Cannon.
Hey, that's the guy. Allegedly, that's the guy.
I'm rocking with IBM for life. I love this shit.
This has gotten to the point where one of the IBM dudes decided to delete all his videos and photos.
It's the nigga IBM Gloss. Dude Gloss. This the dude that was beating up on the old man, stripped him down to his giblets. I guess he stripped his whole little IG down. Like that gonna mean anything. I heard he got baptized and shit and became a Christian.
Photos off his Instagram page.
They got Loose Cannon on the Hobbs Act. He looking at life.
Sweeties! Sweeties, Pop-Tarts! It was all real. Big U really was extorting people. They've been indicted. The Rollin 60'S and Loose Cannon and Brick Baby are in custody.
If Loose does 10 years.
She going after 3 months, bro.
She's 3 months? That's
10
it?
years.
3 months.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm back with another video. No matter how you slice it, this Big U federal R.I.C.O is filled with more plot twists than a Nancy Drew mystery, with everything from fake prison fights, fake marriages, and of course, the identity theft, which is being pulled off by Tremaine Ashley Williams, more commonly known as the fake loose cannon. If you have no idea
Is this a reality show or a movie script? It's just like, you know, man. Homie said something on the last show, and you know, it's looking like that. Nobody want to go down for Big U. So, but who y'all think might go down? I mean, I don't know. Like I said, I feel he needs like a Johnny Cochran type lawyer. You know, some people, like I thought about this. The way they trying to make him out to be, then come on, man, you're gonna be expecting some other things to go down. You know, maybe some more unlivings coming out. You know what I'm saying? The mob usually get rid of the potential snitches and rats. So you know what I'm saying? So people start coming up missing. But you know, I feel that, okay, like the homie said, Brick it don't seem like he should, you know, it don't look like he gonna tell. Loose cannon though, yeah. And you know, Whack gonna have to come to the stand, all that helping out, dry snitching and all this shit they was doing. They gonna have to come to the stand because his name is in the paperwork. It's a part in the paperwork where he got drew down on by Big U allegedly, you know, and he calling out his government name and all that. So they gonna call him in for testimony. You know what I'm saying? So this is gonna be one of those trials of the century.
I'm talking about Luz Gordon, aka the real Loose Cannon, is a renowned producer hailing from Brooklyn, New York. Luz Gordon, also known as the real Loose Cannon, has ushered a number of talented artists to stardom, writing and producing videos for the likes of Nas, Keisha Cole, Jodeci, and Missy Elliott. It has been said that Loose Cannon now resides in Los Angeles, California, where he writes, produces, and develops projects for film and TV. Alex Alonso, owner and operator of the Street TV YouTube channel, who is actually close friends with the real Loose Cannon, will take to his platform to speak on it.
I gotta speak for my boy because he don't have a platform.
No, for sure.
A lot of people are wondering, why am I even speaking on this dude? Normally I wouldn't care.
Right.
But I grew up with the real Loose Cannon.
Right.
The real Loose Cannon is getting calls all the time about what this dude is doing. About claims that he's been with other celebrities that the real Loose Cannon never been with. So he's got to take these calls. Nah, I never did a song for 50 Cent. He has worked with Nas. He has worked with some major dudes.
Right.
This dude, the fake dude, is just
I seen that some major,
putting it all out there.
I see some gang of dudes. I didn't see the 50 Cent one, but I seen a lot of good work though. Some great work.
Yeah. So I'm in the process of I'm trying to get him to come and do some content and show who he is and what he's done.
That'd be good.
But yeah, bro had a career as a rapper, as a producer, as a music composer for movies, as a manager, all kind of stuff.
The politics of California's gang culture, more often than not, end up with violence and bloodshed. Even the toughest of the so-called toughest can fall victim. In the words of Big U, which were captured on a Title III wiretap, no one can beef with me because I will kill them. However, even Big U himself would get packed out by security outside of a nightclub in 2014. Needless to say, anyone can get it.
Hey, you, Mike. Hey, just stay down. He's good. You, Mike. Hey, close the gate, Mike. Close it up. Hey, close it up. Get him inside. Get him out. Get him out. Get him out. Get him out right now. Go. Get him out. Be cool. Just be cool. I don't want him in this. I don't. Get out. All right, cool. Get out of here. Back up. You, come on. You.
Big U, you straight, girl?
No, he just swung in my car. Leave him on the ground.
No, he goes to jail. He goes to jail tonight.
Let's go. Hey guys, back up. Come on, what are you doing?
Internet clout. Sing.
Yo, that was they try to, jump Big U and his homie that was out there. It's crazy because after that club apologized, fired the security guard, and paid Big U, I think 25 or something like that, 1,000. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So, they had to pay up, you know what I'm saying?
And doing the most outlandish things, all to garner likes and views, with hopes of being asked to do an interview, seemed to be the newest thing.
What's going on? And I'm thinking LA and the West Coast is the place where all these niggas are certified gangsters. They always been in the chain gang before the indictment comes down? Before the feds even show you all the cards? Y'all talking? What the hell going on in LA? Yo, AdSense money is not this sweet. This is content. No, it's not.
Take, for instance, the wild story about Big U that WAC 100 encouraged Loose Cannon to repeat on the No Jumper podcast.
WAC 100 has been saying the most heinous shit about Big U this whole time. Then he brings in Loose Cannon with this nonsense story that Big
Him rubbing his hair like that is a sign of he know what the fuck. It was getting real. Like, he's gonna ask the questions. Vlad, it's like Adam trying to be Vlad, but Vlad already knows where this shit can go, and it's already done went. Remember Vlad got jumped, beat up by Rick Ross's people. Even though he sued him, but he still got the mitts put on him. Having these dudes come up there, they got these gang backgrounds, and you trying to just do all this wild shit with content. It's a risky thing, and you see right there, it ain't gonna be good until somebody gets shot and killed. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, you bringing all that nigga shit up there, and don't think nothing gonna pop off.
U had Nipsey set up or let him get killed or whatever else.
It is this buffoonery and clown-like activity that brings us to our story. Self-proclaimed boogeyman Tremaine Ashley Williams has dug a hole deeper for himself than he could ever imagine. The mere fact that this idiot believed that he could tell the feds he was just plain an online character is baffling to me.
So a lot of people don't know this. I was snitching before I got locked up. But it wasn't official till I got locked up because I had to sign papers.
So this is you about to tell us when it started, this snitching?
Yeah.
I dream foreign. Funny dude. I F for this content.
All right, man, I'm telling y'all, man. So I do want to give the guy called Dream Foreign TV and
my Dream Foreign.
What time it is? I'm out here with Dream Foreign.
Just want to shout out Dream Foreign TV, kid.
And what's happening? It's your boy Dreaming Foreign, never living life born.
Now, Brick was denied bail. The U.S. government felt that he's a flight risk, and on top of that, what's really sealing his fate is not only the domestic violence case that he had against his wife, saying that he actually brandished a firearm and actually threatened to unalive her, and now with this wiretap that took place, was saying that he actually allegedly robbed a rapper, and then that's when Big U actually asked him for a percentage of that, and he agreed to it on the phone. So that right there is really sealing his fate right there, and it seems like he's going to become a new victim in the Big U case. For the last 6 to 5 years, the Rollin 60's have been on a microscope by the U.S. federal agencies and also local agencies. And considering the fact that you had a lot of these guys on these podcasts that's basically giving open confessions, like this po-ass nigga Loose Cannon and like this powderhead ass nigga Brick Baby. Now the Fed's main focus is Bear Claw and Big U. And with the world going against Brick, it seems like he'll most likely become another victim in the Big U case, considering the fact that he was allegedly getting extorted by Big U when the robbery had commenced, and he wanted to get some of that money out of that robbery, and Big U basically told him, nigga, you better break it off, I'm gonna break your motherfucking neck. So Brick Baby complied allegedly and broke that shit off. This right here is a twist that people have been not mentioning. The fact that you have Rick Ross and you have Meek Mill, freak ass, all on the motherfucking paperwork talking about how they allegedly got robbed by Big U's counterparts. But we can't place all the blame on Meek Mills and Rick Ross. This would have never been completed and done if it wasn't for the fake Loose Cannon. You know what I'm saying? He's the one that went on Adam 22's channel and exposed the robbery that took place that was never reported, and even Rick Ross fast ain't even tell. You know his fat cheesy ass would have told, but he ain't tell. But your dumb ass told everything, and that gave the FBI all the evidence they needed to indict your stupid retarded ass. Sweetie! Slow ass nigga. Now Brick Baby, this is where I gotta keep it real, man. This is what the viewers want. Cause you from 6, so for real, you should know when Loose Cannon's in that cell, you supposed to beat his ass. You supposed to punch him in the shit, get him up out of there. Cause at the end of the day, he talk bad on Unc, nigga, regardless of the.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie to you. As you know, you part of that street, you know, organization. And you know, I was thinking about this too. You know that y'all got in there partially because this nigga kept running his mouth. They was gonna probably eventually come down on them niggas. I guess they felt they had all they needed. They had all the snitches and informants in place and all this other shit. Him coming on that phone call with Loose Cannon and acting like they the best of buddies up in there is I don't get that. Now maybe he was just playing, and then after the phone he you know, whooped on the nigga. Or maybe he scared that Sweetie got the hands, you know what I'm saying? But he was supposed to get off on that nigga. He was definitely supposed to get off on that nigga. Cause Big U said, I don't fuck with none of them niggas. And he mentioned Brick. But if you would have took off on the nigga, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, separated them, I go to the hole. Oh yeah, that nigga Brick hooked off on that nigga Loose Cannon. I would have at least put like, oh, okay, see who we rolling with. You know what I'm saying? Cause man, that nigga, I just feel like Loose Cannon, man, it's up covered for that nigga. It's gonna be some cold steel up in that motherfucker, man. And niggas, he thinking niggas gonna be up in there trying to sock you out, nigga. Shit.
The fact, nigga, nobody's bigger than the program. You supposed to get cracking on, cuz, you feel me, regardless. But you didn't. Now, with all this paperwork coming out, it's looking real realistic that you could be a victim on Big U's case, because all you want to do is come home to your kids. Big U, he probably won't have the opportunity to come home to his kids. Then it's also a rumor that you were supposed to sign some paperwork or whatnot to see if he was able to get released, saying that he never extorted you and y'all homeboys. But apparently you refused that. That's allegedly.
Yeah, that's allegedly too, yeah.
You refused to sign that, and you just basically gonna rock out and take it to trial like everybody else. So we gonna see how that goes, man. But y'all leave y'all.
Hey, y'all go to dreaming foreign, never living life boring. Oh, man.
Tonight, breaking news, a music executive and a community activist wanted by the feds, accused of running a notorious South LA street gang, is now in custody. And KCAL News assignment editor Mike Rogers at the desk. Mike, some pretty serious allegations here.
Very serious allegations. And Pat, moments ago, we want you to know that he was taken into custody. That's according to the U.S. Attorney's Office. We're talking here about Eugene Henley Jr., a 58-year-old man who is a music executive and a self-proclaimed community leader here in Los Angeles. The feds say he is actually the leader of a notorious South LA street gang accused in a series of very violent crimes, including murder. Earlier today, the United States Attorney's Office held a press conference announcing he was one of the few that they were still looking for connected to this large operation. They say moments ago he is now in custody, being held by federal officials. He is accused of a murder back in 2021. He runs a music label, and according to the feds, he signed on a young aspiring rapper to record a song for them in a Las Vegas music studio. When that rapper then turned around and made a song, essentially a diss track against the duo, that, according to the feds, is when they traveled to Las Vegas, took him in the Nevada desert, and shot and killed him. There's a number.
Allegedly, bitch. So he gon' kill a nigga because he alleged this song. They played the so-called diss song. It ain't even no diss. And he about to throw away the fact that he got a son that's in the NFL that was about to, at the time to be in the NFL. And he came all the way to Vegas to get rid of that nigga. I don't know. I've seen worse cases of shit, but I don't know. What you think? Because you think it's just looking kind of weird, Yo, we got a R.I.C.O case with Sue Surf and the New Jersey Rollin 60 Crips, man.
I don't know why they keep making him look like he a big music exec or something, bro. Like, I think that's a little overblown.
But that's what I'm saying. They
It
saying
ain't like he got some hit artists out there that blew up.
they made him. They said he's the notorious
That's the
mafia
RICO.
like. What they call him? Mafia like notorious Crip boss. They called him the Crip boss.
Like I said, a lot of that ain't gonna stick. Maybe the dirty did will, but the title ain't gonna stick because, like, Crip gangs don't have a leader, bro. You know what I'm saying? You might follow a nigga who moving money, but you don't have a leader. Like, when you're a disciple and things like that, folks, you come with a leader. You know what I'm saying? In the Mexican gang, you got a leader. But in Crip and Blood, there's no leader. You just following the money.
And the fact that they just the feds, and their job is to paint the picture. They crowd chasing too, so they're gonna paint it like he's a leader, and they're gonna get statements or things that they heard. Well, he a big man. Oh, that's the OG. Oh yeah, that, and they'll say, well, see, OG means that he has a higher title than just what he is. Because even when I was reading the paper, it's like, oh, he's his underboss. Said Bear Claw's his underboss. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, they he got the underboss and the lieutenants and all that. That's it. And like you said, they following the money. So, and these wiretaps is kind of shaky. Let's see what the homie is saying about this case, man. We got the podcast with Soul. That's your boy Sean G. We Big U on the wiretaps talking about life, taking life, guns, assault, extortion.
Henley, also known as Big U, for the Central District of California, October 24th, grand jury RICO indictment. So, Big U has been, his phone has been tapped since 2022. November, the first phone tap, the first intercept happens, according to the indictment, on November the 3rd, 2022. It's listed as overt act number 98. This is where it's first listed, and that's on page 26 of 75. This is a 75-page indictment. November the 3rd, 2022, overt act number 98, on an intercepted call discussing victim one, which is the dude they were extorting that had the marijuana dispensary. Defendant Big U told the defendant Robinson that victim one, quote unquote, wasted our name and they needed to fix that MFer up and get our money. So Big U is caught on wiretaps from November the 3rd, 2022 up until the day he surrenders, which is in March of 2025, November 2023, November 2024. He's on wiretaps for 27 months straight, talking about committing murders, talking about committing violence, talking about extortion, talking about smuggling cell phones into prison, talking about assault.
See that shit right there, that smuggling shit into the cell phones. I mean, selling them cell phones into the prisons. That's some shit. Like, all this shit gotta be proven. You're all innocent until proven guilty. But this is what it's saying.
Talking about intimidation, things that he'll do, just further solidifying the RICO case against him. All of these conversations and all of these things that he's saying on this phone that's being wiretapped, and they not only wiretapped his phone, but they wiretapped his lady's phone. I think her name is SH, I don't know her name, and they may have even wiretapped his father's phone, because in the indictment, in the paperwork, it says that they intercepted calls between SH, which is Big U's lady, and Big U's father. This is around the time the Rashawn Williams thing went down, and the
Hey, my nigga doing a live in the hallway of a hotel. That's crazy. He gotta be.
Nevada detectives were coming out to question him. They came to his house in Los Angeles, and his lady SH told the detectives that he wasn't there.
What's up, Petty
She
Queen?
immediately got on the phone after they left and called Big U and told him that the detectives came by here to see you, to question you about Rashawn Williams, and Big U is heard asking her how many cops were there. And so they got him on wiretaps, man. This is going to be a rough case for Big U to get around. Let's get into some of the facts. So the first time that we hear Big U on the wiretaps, as I just told you, is November. I got my notes right here. It's November 3rd, 2022. Then again, on November 7th, 4 days later, page 35 of 75, right? Page 35 of 75. Let's put that down. Let's go to page 35 of 75. November 7th, overt act number 147, on an intercepted call after an extortion victim stated that the defendant Big U had not fully paid, the Big U had not fully paid the extortion victim for work on Big U's vehicle. Defendant Big U directed the defendant to call the extortion victim right now and stated that he would go out there and kill that nigga. Defendant Martin then connected Big U with the extortion victim and participated in the extortionate call. So here he is threatening a victim with murder on the phone, caught. The next overt act is number 148, November 14th, 2022. On an intercepted call, Big U described to a former NFL player that Big U would beat the shit out of the producer who owned the studio in Las Vegas because he started shit between Big U and WAC 100. This is overt act number 148. Overt act number 149, November 22nd, 2022, 8 days later. The first intercepted call happens on November the 3rd. The second intercepted call happens on November the 7th. The third intercepted call is November the 14th. The fourth intercepted call is November the 22nd. So it looks like they filed for the Title III wiretaps in November of 2022. On November 22nd, 2022, on an intercepted call, Big U told an incarcerated individual that anyone coming at him better come correct because Big U always has two blowers on him, meaning two pistols, two firearms. This is on page 36 of 75. So here he is on wiretaps saying that he's carrying guns. He's a convicted felon. The next one, December. Oh, I skipped one. So in between November 7th and November 14th, there was another intercepted call on November 11th, 2022, involving Brick Baby committing a robbery, and Big U wanted a piece of what Brick Baby took in that robbery. And this is kind of interesting. This was page 19 of 75. Let's go there. Overt act number 43, page 19 of 75. On November the 11th, on an intercepted call, Big U and Big U Enterprise member and self-proclaimed Rollin 60'S member Zahir Mitchell, aka Brick Baby, coordinated how Brick Baby would give Big U the proceeds from a robbery that Brick Baby had committed.
Some of this shit is crazy.
So that's something else. I don't want to speculate, but we have wiretaps where Brick Baby's name is being discussed. This is on page 19 of 75. Okay, now let's continue on some more wiretaps. On page 15 of 75, overt act number 23. This happens on December 31st on New Year's Eve. The feds don't take New Year's Eve off for Christmas or Easter. Once they're on you, they on you. On New Year's Eve 2022, on an intercepted call, Big U explained his motivation for committing murders on behalf of the Big U Enterprise, stating, "What you guys see on the internet, y'all keep hearing other people who don't have nothing to talk about but sell. Let me explain something to you. If I would have had a problem with any man, color, creed, king, or kind, the issue would have been resolved, and he wouldn't be here, or I wouldn't be here. It ain't no kid nothing. And it damn near nobody who been in this motherfucker longer than me can stand against me, and me be who I am. If I had a problem with any man, and this wouldn't be so funny to me, I'm still who they say I am." That's Big U. This is page 16 of 75. Then there's another one. What page is that? Overt act number 23. I think I read that one already, didn't I? On the 24. Hold on. No. So, no, that's the thing with Rashawn Williams. So this is Big U on the phone, discussing all of these things, man. And it doesn't get no better. He discusses Nipsey Hussle.
Yo, this
November 22nd, 2022, overt act number 150. This is page 36 of 75. On an intercepted call, November 22nd, 2022, Big U told an incarcerated individual that Big U was going to charge someone in federal prison $6,000 to have a phone smuggled into him. The following day, November 23rd, 2022, overt act number 151, on an intercepted call, Big U said that he can pay 3 people $50 each to beat someone up. Overt act number 152, November 23rd, the same day. On an intercepted call, Big U described paying people to mess up a store that was refusing to provide Big U a discount. Overt act number 153 on December 27, 2020.
He was gonna send some niggas to whoop. He's fucked up. Allegedly, he was gonna send some niggas to beat up on the store owners because they ain't getting a discount. God damn. Ruthless. Allegedly. God damn, that's crazy.
22.
Yo, they know how to paint the picture, right?
Big U told the Big U Enterprise associate that they need to hang OG Crit Cuz, whatever that means. On November 27, 2022, on an intercepted call, Big U told another Big U Enterprise associate that OG Crit Cuz needed to be disciplined thoroughly for a violation of cribbing. Overt act number 155. On an intercepted call, defendant Henley said that when defendant Henley catches whack 100, I'm gonna break his jaw. Overt act number 156. December 31st, 2022, New Year's Eve, on an intercepted call, Big U said that they need to hang OG Crit Cuz, whatever that means. On November 27, 2022, on an intercepted call, Big U told another Big U Enterprise associate that OG Crit Cuz needed to be disciplined thoroughly for a violation of cribbing. Overt act number 155. On an intercepted call, defendant Henley said that when defendant Henley catches whack 100, I'm gonna break his jaw. Overt act number 156. December 31st, 2022, New Year's Eve, on an intercepted call, Big U said that Big U was bigger than the deceased rapper Nipsey Hussle, that Big U disciplined Nipsey Hussle, and that defendant Big U was bigger than any other Rollin 60. So this is Big U discussing Nipsey Hussle. Overt act number 157. On December 31st, 2022, on an intercepted call, Big U said that if anyone has an issue with defendant Big U, they will no longer be alive. The very next day, overt act number 158, page 37 of 75, on January 1st, 2023, on an intercepted call, defendant Big U said that he was not beefing with Nipsey Hussle, because if anyone beefs with Big U, I'm gonna kill him, period. I am going to murder him. This is Big U on the phone. And Nipsey Hussle's name is mentioned while he's saying this on the phone. On January 2nd, the very next day, page 37 and 35, overt act number 159, on an intercepted call, Big U told the Big U associate DS that to manipulate the press for DS's lawsuit against law enforcement, DS should show both positive and negative parts of his life, wear glasses, and say that he was working with developing options even though he was not. Overt act number 160. January 2nd, 2023, on an intercepted call, Big U told Big U Enterprise associate DS that defendant Big U needed to at least break the producer's jaw. Overt act number 161. On January 3rd, 2023, on an intercepted call, Big U described to an incarcerated individual tooling up with firearms to travel to a Crips neighborhood because we are the most arrogant, bougie, self-righteous motherfuckers on planet Earth. Overt act number 162, January 3rd, 2023, on an intercepted call, Big U told an incarcerated individual that defendant Big U was going to purchase 6 miniature phones to send to the incarcerated individual so that he can sell them in prison for $1,000 each. Overt act number 163, January 5th, 2023, on an intercepted call, Big U said that another individual was done for being a rat. Page 37 and 35. Overt act number 164 on January 12th, 2023, on an intercepted call, Big U said he wanted to beat the shit out of whack 100. This is page 38 of 75. Overt act number 165 on January 17, 2023, on an intercepted call, Big U discussed traveling to Jordan Downs within Grape Street Crip territory and threatening to kill motherfuckers every day until he got his things back. Overt act number 166, January 17, 2023, on an intercepted call, Big U stated that he was the hunter of the 60s and that he had obtained paperwork on individuals that should no longer be associated with the gang anymore. Overt act number 167, February 13, 2023, on an intercepted call, Big U told the co-conspirator that Big U was going to break the jaw of a business manager of a former NBA MVP. Overt act number 168, February 14, 2023, on an intercepted call, Defendant Big U described smacking him again. Over Act number 169, April 1st, 2023, on an intercepted call, Big U asked someone to grab Big U's blower, which he left on the ground in a blue sweatshirt in front of a tire. He's talking about his gun. Over Act number 170, April 23rd, 2023, on an intercepted call, Big U discussed gang politics with a co-conspirator and stated, "I'm retired, nigga. I'm retired, nigga? This isn't a question. I'm retired, nigga? Activist? I'll pull up on your block right now, nigga, and show up and show out, nigga. That's what happened to the last niggas that thought I was retired." This is Pig.
Every time I want to get out, they want to pull me back in. Shit, goddamn. Oh man, this is some wild shit, y'all. Hey, like, comment, subscribe, share the channel. This is some crazy shit, bro. So yeah, Push, what you think, man? He gonna need the best lawyer in town, right? Shit looking wild. Y'all go check that out, man. Sean G's podcast with Soul. He breaks down that and other parts of the paperwork. Like I said, we ain't lawyers over here. We just observers, man. We just spectators. We sitting on the sidelines, checking it all out. I told Mar, Top Media TV, snap on whack for snitching on Big U. You gotta be the feds. Sends a scary warning to this nigga.
So Ayatollah Marv pretty much goes in on WAC 100. He explains how WAC 100 gotta be a snitch working for the FBI or something, because he has all this information on Big U. He's reading up all this paperwork. And he pretty much believes that WAC 100 gotta be an agent. And he really believes that WAC 100 is working because he has all this information before people would even get arrested, putting out paperwork on everybody, saying he got 500 pages of this, of that, pretty much confirming what everybody else is saying on the internet, that WAC 100 is a snitch or gotta be working. So let me know what y'all think. Ayatollah Marv goes in.
You never been to Compton without an escort. He's putting it on Pyru, but you never see any films of him in Handsome Dam. He ain't none of his hood parties. You never see him with no Pyrus unless they're in Dubai or Jamaica. So why ain't you in your hood?
It's always said that he put off too. Things like Messy Marv or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, he ain't got no friend, and he's involves himself in that he's not even privy to. So I have a problem with a dude. He was just on the media last night, and on Clubhouse, was it Clubhouse?
Right. Yeah, that's it. That's all he go.
And he says that he got 500 pages of Q. 70 pages of him snitching, and he been researching that for 5 months. Never happened.
Awfully convenient too.
You know, so but people believe that. I got people from all over the United States said, "Man, WAC 100, he run Pyru." No one person run Pyru. We ain't never been hooked up in a RICO act because you ain't got no gang leaders. Yeah.
There you go.
That's what I said right there, bro.
There you go.
We ain't got no gang leaders and no Crip or Blood. That's like folks and vice lords.
Yeah. Yeah, man. So Big U, man, got a chance on that, man. They can't name him as a leader.
Now people follow the money.
Yeah.
You know, but that's not being the leader. That's just a nigga getting money with you.
The thing about the 60s is it's a big hood, and it's off in sections, and there ain't no one leader. There's no leaders in that none of those gangs. So there's other people that's just as prominent, making money, doing what they do. That's from the 60s. You know what I'm saying? He's just one of those that had a name throughout the years. You know what I'm saying? But there's others. So yeah, they can't stick that on him.
I mean, you know, he got his where he wanted to be. He be in Dubai. I can't go to Dubai. I'm on federal parole, so he gonna stay out my way. Wow. But anybody that's gonna be in my way, they should tread lightly on what they say to people. We got so many of these young dudes that think that we through, and that they think they can say anything out their mouth. This media got people confused. I had to change my monogram. They call that OG, original gangster. I'm a RG, a real gangster. If you fuck with me, I will shoot your ass. Period. Wow. If you run down Rosecrans and fuck with me, something is gonna happen, or something gonna happen to me. Wow. Some people just talk that shit. I'm about that shit, really.
Oh, so that's what he mad, because you say he ain't from...
Yeah,
but he not.
He's not from Compton.
Yeah, he from Pacoima.
So, man, if you a Piru, anybody can be a Piru. Yeah. But everybody ain't from Compton.
Right.
You understand me? I said that dude wasn't from Compton, so he gets...
Is that all that was said, or...?
That's all I said. And he's like, oh, he ain't from Compton. I'm like, no, he, I don't like dudes, his little get-out. You know what I'm saying? I don't never see him in his own hood, but he's always hollering this own Piru.
When you say you don't like...
just, man, everything you do, and you say on Piru, and you got people in other states thinking you run our city. Remember I told you that... You can't tell motherfuckers all over the state that you on Piru, and niggas think that you run Piru. Nigga, you don't.
Yo, that's Ayatollah Mar snapping on WAC 100 for snitching on Big U. Yeah, man. This guy, Mo Gannett, speak on, is it wise for Brick and Loose to go on these podcasts? I don't think so.
About Loose Cannon and how he's essentially like calling into every possible podcast, including multiple times on No Jumper, basically talking about whatever, like not really sounding like a person who would have the amount of anxiety that you would expect from somebody who's facing a Fed case. What are the potential ramifications of a person who's facing a case like this calling in to podcasts? Because on one hand, as long as he doesn't say anything totally out of pocket, it doesn't seem like it would be the biggest deal, but it also seems like almost anything he says in this sort of situation is going to be placed under extreme scrutiny. So how would you advise somebody like him in regards to how they should approach the media while they're locked up on a case like this?
Nothing good can come out of talking unless you are moving, unless you're playing like 7D chess and you really have like some crazy elaborate plan worked out and you're now executing it by going onto media and putting storylines or narratives out there. I can't imagine that would ever be a good move.
Okay, but does it, what are the likelihood, what's the likelihood from your perspective that any of that stuff that he's saying on podcasts could actually be used against him? Because if the situation is like they're looking for evidence that he might be a bad guy or a gangster or a tough guy or whatever, I mean, it feels like that ship has kind of already sailed, having been on, tons of different podcasts talking about that exact stuff. But then again, I guess talking about it from the feds maybe makes you look like you're not repentant, like you're still sort of celebrating.
If a man really hated ads, here's what he would do. Day one, he would install Pi on his computer without
celebrating this lifestyle, but I don't know how much that sort of character judgment would come into play.
There's just so many different angles, right? So the stuff you say can complicate things in so many ways. The repent angle is very important. Everything you say now is going to come up in a pre-sentence report if you take a plea or you go to trial and get found guilty. So it's important that you conduct yourself in a manner that's going to make you look really good after you got arrested so that your lawyer can go in there and say, Judge, once these charges were brought, my client has shown nothing but absolutely perfect behavior. So that's just, you don't want to be saying stuff that could be used against you in a pre-sentence report. The other thing, you're saying things that could now contradict what you said before. You're saying things that they could now ask you questions about. You're saying things that open up the comments section. Nothing is going to come out of it.
No, definitely. Okay, so as far as the people who've already gotten out, there's been a lot of speculation that anyone who's gotten out already must be an informant or snitching. You're saying that's not necessarily the case because in reality, some of the people charged were charged with things so minor that we shouldn't be expecting them to have to sit down for an extended period of time.
Yes, I am saying that there are parts of this indictment that involve people who have not been directly implicated in the murder. They're only a subset of maybe, say, the prostitution angle or, say, the extortion angle. And so I'm not surprised that some of these people could get a bond. I think to the extent anybody is accusing anybody in the Big U indictment of snitching, they are doing it on the basis of non-public information. And so they would have to reference their sources. And then you'd have to take a detailed look at what that source is exactly. And so, the problem with that conversation right now is it's guaranteed that a good, if not large percent of what people are putting out there is just total bullshit and a waste of time. And it's not useful. If you're going to follow the case, if you're interested in the case, if you want to hear about the case, it's a good idea to stay away from speculating and guessing and sticking to what's in the public record, because that's what the judges look at. That's what the lawyers are looking at. That's what counts.
Definitely. Okay. One other thing about it is the fact that, wait, hold on. Oh, okay. So the Fed showed up at my door. Basically, they wanted to issue a subpoena because they wanted to see the cease and desist that we received from Big U in regards to statements that Loose Cannon made on the podcast, in which he basically said that he believed that Big U had advanced the knowledge that Nipsey Hussle was going to be murdered. So we got a cease and desist about that maybe about a year ago. We ended up taking the episode down because we didn't want to deal with the bullshit, and it did seem pretty far-fetched at that time. But when the Feds show up looking for that cease and desist, they wanted a physical copy of that. They wanted to get a copy of that. That made a lot of people, myself included, kind of curious, like how much of an indicator is that Big U might actually be being investigated for the murder of Nipsey Hussle? Or from your perspective, if he's got a federal RICO and he's being charged with a murder, et cetera, is subpoenaing a cease and desist kind of par for the course in that sort of situation?
It's both. 100%. You're subpoenaing that cease and desist no matter what. Let's say you've investigated the Nipsey Hussle angle, you're the Feds, and you come to the conclusion 1,000% this guy had nothing to do with the Nipsey Hussle murder. You're still going to go investigate that cease and desist because you need that cease and desist because you're claiming that this guy has legitimate businesses that he uses as a front for his illegitimate businesses. And he uses those legitimate businesses to go and money to wash his cash, to go get loans from the government, whatever he's using those legitimate businesses for. Well, what you're then doing is you have to prove everything about that business. And so if that business sent a cease and desist letter to a podcast, you got to go out and you got to get it. So I would say that it's absolutely par for the course. Now, are they also investigating him for Nipsey Hussle's murder? I mean, given what we know, given that there's an indictment, they would be silly to not have investigated him for Nipsey Hussle's murder. I mean, this is what happens. And a federal investigator hears a little story, and then they start kicking the can, and they start looking under here and looking under there. I'm sure the investigators have heard that story about Nipsey Hussle, and so I would guarantee that they've investigated. Whether they've come to any conclusions, who knows?
Okay. And then my final question. So it's been noted by a lot of people that this case is kind of extraordinary just because there were multiple content creators, WAC 100 and Christopher Lovejoy specifically, who basically knew that this RICO was coming and had advanced information from the mother of the victim, because the mother actually told back on the phone that the police or federal agents, I guess, had confided in her and told her that when they examined the body of their son who had died, Rayshawn, that they found Big U's DNA under his fingernails. Now, and I guess they told the mom, hey, please don't repeat this to anyone, et cetera, et cetera. She ended up telling WAC. She asked him not to say anything. He did anyway. He said that he didn't.
I don't care what this fuck nigga saying. All day, every day, them niggas was dry snitching. They were telling stuff, even if Loose Cannon, mad, pissed off, a disgruntled employee, but he signed up for it. He knew what he was doing. WAC 100 said he was around this guy for like 17 years. He knew him, so he knew what was going on around him and all that. He claimed he know his family, his wife, all this other shit. All of a sudden, you have a so-called falling out over a contract or whatever between him and Shug, and now you like, it's all fucking. Now I'm gonna do what I gotta do to help them put you in jail or destroy you. The other one, oh, you know what? I'm gonna put the murder of Nipsey Hussle on you. You know, people in the news been saying that you probably had something to do with it, yada yada. So I'm gonna come and make up this story or whatever. Like, and these were people that was supposedly working with him, around him, dealing with him. That's the snake shit. And then all of a sudden now it's like, fuck him. I want him to go under. I want him to go jail and get rid of him. Straight coward shit. No, I don't condone none of that shit, man.
Didn't really even think that it was a real thing at the time, but then it comes out that this is actually accurate. Is it, from your perspective, how out of the ordinary is that to have the feds or local police, whatever it was, providing the family of the victim with information about how there was going to be this indictment at some point in the future? Because this just kind of,
that shit was bogus. I don't believe it. I don't even believe that was the female, the actual mother. So yeah, I don't know, man. What y'all think? Do you think it's looking bad for your boy Big U? The whole team, they're really trying to bring him down, but they've been, like I said, they've been on the Rollin 60'S ever since they rise to prominent, and Big U is just part of the equation. They're trying to get him up out of here. They want to connect him to this R.I.C.O out in New Jersey with Sue Surf. Only gonna play a little bit of this, man. It's too long, and the live went longer than I thought. But yeah, we're gonna get up out of here after this. Salute to everybody pulling up.
dive into the 7-year-long R.I.C.O investigation against the New Jersey-based Rollin 60's neighborhood Crips, and also look at the involvement of well-known battle rapper Sue Surf. With the help of the Freedom of Information Law, we'll examine and discuss the files and documents of this investigation provided in the indictment. Before we get into all of that, I need you to hit the subscribe button. Help us get to our goal of 10,000 subscribers. It's the Crime Street Journal. Los Angeles, California, the late 1960s. The original Crip gang began with 3 sets: the East Side Crips, Compton Crips, and the West Side Crips, led by legendary gangster Stanley Tookie Williams. Around 1975, the Crips began to splinter into smaller subsets due to internal conflicts. West Side Crips of the Hyde Park Crenshaw District united, and with Tookie's approval, formed the Rollin 60's neighborhood Crips.
Not true. These out-of-town niggas don't know what the fuck they be talking about. Let's get to this Sue Surf.
60s was moving through the night streets with another Rollin 60's member, and they spotted several gang members and witnessed intimidation. They would also taunt rival gang members. Well-known battle rapper and reputed member 60's was moving through the night streets with another Rollin 60's member, and they spotted several gang members from the rival Rollin 47s. Without warning, Sue Surf and his homies drew their firearms. The sound of the
What the fuck is a Rollin 47? Yo, that's some new shit. Rollin 47s. 47, okay.
shots shattered the silence. Chaos erupted.
They from the 40s.
As the Rollin 47's members ducked behind parked cars and drew their own weapons, returning fire, the streets quickly turned into a battleground. Bullets flew in every direction, ricocheting off of brick walls and parked cars. Aftermath of the scene was devastation, and the street was now littered with shell casings and shattered glass. Fortunately, for both sides, no one was killed. 2 years later, July 24, 2019, Sue Surf would be arrested by law enforcement for the possession of 2 firearms. He was shortly released. Then, on June 26, 2021, while traveling in a car in East Orange, Sue Surf threatened to kill another man and displayed a firearm with an extended magazine. It would also be discovered that Sue Surf would use social media to set up drug deals for MDA and cannabis. Besides the Rollin 47s, another major rival to the Rollin 60s is the gang known as the Jungle Boys, who have ties to the 793 Bloods. The Rollin 60s and the Jungle Boys are currently in the middle of a deadly gang war. September 25th, 2018, Elijah Williams, aka Little Smith, one of the Rollin 60s on the indictment, when he spotted rival Jungle Boy members sitting in a parked car. 4 Jungle Boys sat in the car chilling when Little Smith pulled up and opened fire inside the car. In this quadruple shooting, all victims were shot but survived. One victim who was shot became paralyzed from the incident. For the years that followed, the Rollin 60s would use social media to taunt the paralyzed victim about being confined in a wheelchair. This was just the beginning of this murderous feud. March 17th, 2019. On this frigid evening, the streets of Newark were eerily quiet. 18-year-old Deontay Barr, known on the streets as Little Trub, was inside the #1 Chinese restaurant on South Orange Avenue. Little Trub, an active member of the Rollin 60s Crips, had just placed his food order. As he waited, there's no telling where his mind might have wandered to. Unfortunately, little did he know danger lurked just outside that restaurant window. Marquise Jenkins, known on the streets as Grippo Gunner, is an infamous member of the Jungle Boys, and he happened to be passing the window. Grippo spotted Lil Trub through the glass. A surge of revenge ran through him, and without hesitation, Grippo spun around with his firearm in his grasp, and in a swift motion, lifted his gun and aimed it through the restaurant window. The next few moments unfolded in a terrifying blur. The sound of the shattering glass and gunfire filled the restaurant. 6 shots rang out inside. Chaos erupted. Patrons screamed, ducking for cover, while Little Trub was hit multiple times, his body jolting with each impact. As quickly as he appeared, Grippo vanished into the night, leaving behind a scene of carnage and fear. Little Trub collapsed to the floor, the life in his eyes dimming as blood pooled around him. The restaurant was now replaced with frantic shouts for help and the screams of terror. Minutes later, sirens cut through and the paramedics rushed in, where they found Little Trub on the floor, his breathing shallow. They performed life-saving CPR as they fought to keep him alive during the rush to Newark's University Hospital. In the emergency room, doctors worked tirelessly in an effort against time, but despite their efforts, the damage was too severe, and at 10:57 p.m., Deontay Barr, aka Little Trub, was pronounced dead.
Spin your passion into a business with Shopify.
That's crazy that nigga get killed all the way in a whole nother state following a gang that originated in California. That's some wild shit.
Upon learning of the murder of Lil Trub, OG Freak began to plan the gang's revenge and began messaging other members on Facebook. In these messages, OG Freak ordered members to steal a car so that they could run a drill on Grippo. OG Freak and the gang were especially angry because Grippo had allegedly shot and murdered another Rollin 60's member named Banga some time back. Now that OG Freak had the plan set, it was now time to put the work in. On March 20th, 2019, 3 days after the murder of Deontay Little Trub Bar, Marquise Jenkins, known as Grippo Gunna, a member of the Jungle Boys, was leaving class from Irvington High School where he was a student. Unaware of the danger ahead, he walked near Clinton Avenue. Elijah Little Smith Williams from the Rollin 60's neighborhood Crips had sworn revenge for his friend Little Trub's death. Little Smith, gun in hand, sprinted towards Marquise, who saw him too late, and in the broad daylight, shots rang out, echoing off the nearby storefronts. Bystanders scattered in panic as Marquise tried to flee, but he was caught in the crossfire. Bullets tore through his body, and Marquise collapsed on the hard sidewalk. Little Smith fled, having completed his act of vengeance. Paramedics arrived and rushed Marquise to University Hospital in Newark, but despite their efforts, Grippo Gunna was later pronounced dead. What would soon follow would be a bloody war between the Rollin 60's and the Jungle Boys. Lives would be lost on both sides through gun violence. Then, in September 2022, the RICO indictment was handed down and the gang members were arrested. Mir Edmonds, aka G-Baby, pled guilty and was sentenced to 84 months in prison for his role in the racketeering conspiracy. Taheen Terry, aka Ta, aka Rollin Ta, pled guilty and was sentenced to 178 months in prison for his role in a racketeering conspiracy. Ray Jean Cox, aka Sue Surf, pled guilty and was sentenced to 60 months in prison for his role in a racketeering conspiracy and for possession of firearm and ammunition as a convicted felon. Amir Warden, aka...
Hey, Surf got the less time. And we played some paperwork on the other one. And they trying to, it looking like he did talk to those boys. So it's a rumor alleged that he spoke to them boys. He did a little bit of cheese grabbing. You know what I'm saying? He got the less time out of all them niggas.
Pled guilty and was sentenced to 60 months in prison for his role in a racketeering conspiracy and for possession of firearm and ammunition as a convicted felon. Amir Warden, aka Stamps, aka Killer, pled guilty and was sentenced to 84 months in prison for his role in the racketeering conspiracy and for possessing firearms and ammunition as a convicted felon. Dre Bird, aka Bands.
He got more months than Sue Surf, and he had the same type of charges, right?
aka G-Bands, pled guilty and was sentenced to 144 months in prison for his role in the racketeering conspiracy. Elijah Williams, aka Little Smith, pled guilty and faces a maximum sentence of life in prison. Sentencing is scheduled for September 4th, 2024. Najee Johnson, aka Guido, pled guilty and faces a maximum sentence of 20 years in prison. His sentencing is scheduled for December 3rd, 2024. The remaining members are still actively fighting their case, so the charges and allegations in the indictment are merely accusations, and the defense...
Hey, y'all go check that out, man. Yo, Push, what you got coming up, man? That's Crime Streets Journal. What you got coming up, man? Still around? Nigga stepped away. Hey, man. Appreciate everybody for tapping in, man. We're gonna get up out of here. So to everybody, y'all go check out Diamond Keyway. Yeah, that's Sue Surf, man. Sue Surf only got 60 months. And from the last show or the show before that, we put up his paperwork. Brian Blake expressed, he showed the paperwork, and went through the case, and it looking like Sue Surf was talking to them boys to get, some less time. He was trying to, it's like he didn't want to go to trial or whatnot. But yeah, it's crazy. So, I don't know, man. What did Brick say? It's 50-50 yard out here, man. Hey, y'all go check out Damu Keyway Conversations, Scandalous Los Angeles. Go check out That Girl Henny, Stand On It Media, man. Everybody be tapping to Pushy Push, Big Nutter 804. Y'all pull up, man. Share the channel. We gonna get back at y'all, man. I may go live from the session, man. Y'all may go live from the dispensary session, whatnot. You know what I'm saying? But Peace, everybody. Oh.
This little motherfucker married nigga, bitch. Ay, I threw my soul on this motherfucking beat. I kill a nigga just to make sure that I eat. Listen to my heart, I hear my daughter in that beat. Talk to Moo, he hear that shade when I speak, yeah. Mama told me watch all the company you keep, yeah. Slide on the west and then we post up on the east, yeah. I'm on your neck, it ain't no motherfucking sleep, yeah. Creep up on you, I know some motherfucking creeps, yeah. Ay, just be patient, your time gon' come. Like a rock star on the stage, I just might drum. Feel a pistol in the middle of some beef, I'm behind my gun. If it ain't the police, you can never name a time I run. Easty nigga, I kept that dope in my socks, okay. You better duck or get motherfucking shot, yeah, okay. You ain't my brother if you fucking with ops, yeah, okay. Stick up your plug and have it take me to your spot, yeah, okay. See, you don't understand that peek through them blinds. I was dancing with the devil, brother. Time after time, guarantee you see murder. You take a look inside my eyes. Money called me and told me they all act a surprise. Can't believe what you saying, I know you wear a disguise. You gon' fail trying to play me, you gon' die trying to try. Put some shots in this other body, put his soul in the sky. I am not with the back and forth, all my niggas trying to slide. On Corella, threw my soul on this motherfucking beat. I kill a nigga just to make sure that I eat. Listen to my heart, I hear my daughter when that beats. Talk to Moo, he hear that shade when I speak, yeah. Mama told me watch all the company you keep, yeah. Slide on the west and then we post up on the east, yeah. I'm on your neck, it ain't no motherfucking sleep, yeah. Creep up on you, I know some motherfucking creeps, yeah. See, you don't hate me, you just hate the addiction. I remember being alone in the most fucked up position.
FirstFamRadio.com. FirstFamRadio.com.